Welcome everybody, I'm Joshino, and today we're going to be breaking down the Sun and Moon patch coming to the realm soon. It's actually at the start of July, however we will have the public test server live in the next couple of days. Now the biggest thing coming in this patch is the new champion IO, however I've already put a video out, well two, one on their lore and one on their gameplay reveal, which you can see in the cards now. So today I'm going to be focusing on the champion changes, some of them are epic, the new battle pass, and also some of the fixes and tweaks that they've come out with. So first up, let's dive straight into some of the champion changes, as I'm really excited about these. So first up, Androxus is getting a talent change, and this is to Cursed Cylinder, and it's been renamed to Cursed Revolver. So it alters your weapon in several ways. It's no longer semi-automatic, maximum fire rate is decreased from 0.5 to 0.36 seconds, damage is increased from 520 to 600, and also no longer loses accuracy whilst being fired. This sounds a little bit familiar. Well, actually it is. This is the old Androxus. If you didn't know, actually I'm almost certain still the most played champion is Androxus. However, you never see right now in the past year or so a video of Androxus. Since Androxus was changed to the semi-automatic and also that loss of accuracy, I pretty much lost interest in the champion pretty much altogether, I'm not gonna lie. So this is huge for me, and there's a lot of skill involved with the old Androxus and a little bit more potency than he has now. He has a bit more of the pokiness of the Cassie with just a little bit more flexibility in movement and directional movement. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying this out. Also, Lex has had the same thing. So Death Hastens now alters your weapon in that it's no longer semi-automatic. Times increase from 0.35 seconds to 0.7 seconds. The damage increased from 320 to 680, that's more than double. And the ammo count is reduced from 10 to 6, and also no longer loses accuracy whilst fired. This one was actually quite interesting. I don't know whether this will be meta. Lex sort of was okay in competitive before with his old weapons, although they lacked a lot of the mobility of the other flankers, so I'm still not sure where this will fit in, although they can be a little bit of a glass cannon. Okay, let's get into some more general fixes, but those two are epic. So Cassie has also got, finally, a quite well-deserved nerf, and I play a lot of Cassie, and I still think she'll be relatively top tier with these nerfs. So the first big one is the big game nerfed. So the bonus damage time has gone from 6 seconds to 4 seconds. Somebody was actually suggesting that this would be changed on stream yesterday, and actually it has. I think actually this will pretty much make big game a little less forgiving than it is now, although if you hit a lot of shots between your first disengage, you can still get off most of the damage and destroy most tanks still. So I think as long as you can aim well, this isn't going to affect you too much, but it won't let you be just lazy playing with the big game, and to give some wiggle room for the enemies to get away and to get back again to the normal damage again. Also, another quite big nerf to the base kit is the Somersault card being nerfed. This is a card that lets the cooldown of dodge roll instantly reset if you get to low health. Obviously it changes how much health you have on different levels of the card, but the cooldown of this card goes from 10 seconds to 15 seconds. I don't think this is necessarily way massive in terms of that you probably use one somersault during a duel or some sort of fight, and then you might be out of the fight for 15 seconds anyway, but it just gives you a little less leeway than you had before. And it's not too harsh on the Cassie, so I don't think she'll necessarily fall out of grace, just that those are some nice little touches to bring her more in line with the other damage dealers. Pip's a little bit of a weird one, so the card Moxie is definitely very powerful, so this is one where you receive 10% currently, at each level increased health below 50%. Now it's going down to 6%, so you can still get up to 30%, before it was 50% extra healing, but that was such a big deal to sort of instantly heal from either yourself or enemy or allies getting through to heal you up in a big burst. Next up is Maeve, and this is kind of a nerf, although this is bringing her ultimate in line with other crowd control ultimates. So the Midnight no longer affects CC immune targets, so if you're standing in a totemic ward Grox totem, you're not going to be affected by it, or if you're ulting, so it's like a Grover or something, you're also not going to be blinded. But then again, like they said on stream, you do have to send an ult for that. But I don't think that Maeve necessarily needed a nerf here. Maybe like the tiniest buff to make her sort of top tierish as flankers go. Moji's got quite a significant buff here in that their collision size is reduced. However, we'll have to see in-game how much that is, but one of the biggest downsides of the emoji is that their hitbox is so massive. Koga has also had quite a few buffs here. So the ultimate charge rate has gone up by 40% to match other flankers, plus his talent card Blood Reaper doesn't increase the ultimate charge rate anymore, but will make you move faster during the Cyclone Strike. Next up is Lian. Her Enlightenment is now affected by blast shields because it hits several people. I guess that's okay. It sort of spreads out her damage types. Willow has quite a few buffs here. So Wand of Overgrowth. The max fall off has gone to 40% of weapon damage. It used to be 30%. So basically the furthest area of where you can do damage. So if you just tickle somebody on the edge of your damage splash radius, then you'll do 40% of your current damage rather than 30%. Quite a nice buff. So Flutter has also been increased pretty insanely in terms of how far you can go with it now. Just default, you can get across the map, and rather high. So it's going to be very versatile in getting to places on ledges and things, and getting across to lots of horizontal cover, think Serpent Beach and maps like that. I think this is going to be a massive buff for her. Plus, Fey Flight has had turning deceleration reduced. So actually there is no deceleration, so you can just basically move around. I think for console especially, this may make it very easy to control, but even on PC it's just a big buff for her. And you can also cancel it. If you are being shot down, you can drop down straight away, I guess, to almost dodge out of it. Plus, the Flitter card increase the cooldown reduction from 0.5 every level to 0.6. All big buffs to the Willow, and actually, she may very well be meta in this next patch. Next up is Ying. I don't think what they bring out here is big enough to buff the Ying to be a meta, but they have reduced the damage fall off the Illusory Mirror, plus the Focusing Lens talent damage bonus increased from 150 to 200. Both of these I don't think are necessarily take her that extra level to bring her into the top tier of healers, but I guess it's a nice little touch either way. Next up, I'm going to just talk about some of the general things that are changing before I talk about the skins. So actually, one of the things they're changing is they're adding a new default loadouts. Now we haven't seen these, although the default loadouts now are completely trash. They literally probably make new players worse than they could have potentially been if they tried to make their own loadout, or if they've been given a decent loadout. So I've been asking for this for a long time, so I'm glad it's come. They've updated the basic default friendly and enemy loading frames to a sort of blue one for your allies and a red one for the enemies. And a big thing that they're trying out here is that there'll be a map rotation. So in each split now, these are like the sections of a season that lasts like just over a month. You'll only be able to play a selection of maps during the ranked season. So currently, basically you play all siege maps apart from Stonekeep, Frog Isle, Ice Mines, and Timbermill. Now, Timbermill is a pain in the butt. However, the other ones, I kind of a bit sad about Stonekeep and Frog Isle going, in all honesty. And also, Shattered Desert and Fish Market are both kept in. But I can see this is interesting. If you only play ranked, then you'll be getting a certain set of maps, so you don't have to learn as much. And they're thinking about whether or not to take this to 8 and then 6 off, or to 12 and only 2 off. So probably give some feedback on this one to hi-rez, because they are sort of trying this out as a new thing. I kind of wish maybe there's even like a map ban as well as champion bans at the start of a round, but maybe that would take a bit too long. Also in the split 4, you can get a avatar, which is the Tyra. It's just sort of a Tyra, it's called the Unrelenting. Anyway, moving on to the Shore Patrol Battle Pass. These skins are rather juicy, rather spicy actually. So it will come for purchase once this is released and will end in about September. The Battle Pass is going to cost 600 crystals, and like always you can get crystals back again if you unlock all the levels, so I think you can get 150 back here. And if you haven't seen it already, it's sort of a summer theme or a beach theme for most of the skins in this patch. So straight away you unlock the Shore Patrol Knessa. This one, I really like the weapons on these skins. They're sort of like Super Soaker / sort of steampunk, almost like weaponized versions of water cannons. It's almost like if a water gun became across like an air rifle or like a paintball gun or something like that. That's sort of the level. But yeah, she's got a knife on her leg, and all of the effects are like water. So when you teleport, it's almost like a splash. Your mine has a little fountain, and you've also got like sort of odd bathing suit on, and that little life raft on your back, this sort of little bodyboard. And the hair has been gone through quite a few iterations. I know that Thunderbrush, the art director, posted a few of the styles, and then they went with this one. I think it looks alright. Straight up on the first level as well, when you first unlock it, you also get the beach frame, which does look rather nice. It's just like sandcastles around the frame. Also, you straight up get a loading the charming avatar for Fernando, which just basically winks at you. That's fair enough. So when you get to level 10, you get the Shore Patrol Koga. Again, I think they've done a really good job with the two weapons. They look like these sort of mechanical top level, next level even, water guns. And yeah, loads of people, I don't know why I've been asking for the topless Koga, but it is here. The concept arts have gone to another level, folks, so I'm so glad they've gone back to a more realistic approach here. And this looks epic. It's just like, it looks like top tier concept art here. But yeah, they've just got, the probably the coolest thing is that they've got like a tattoo on their shoulder. I think it's a dragon, but it's hard to tell from the previews. And just, yeah, some crazy hair. And I think what looks cool is between the dragon and also the face and the glasses are pretty badass. And it doesn't look like the Koga without his mask, which looks ridiculous, the default one in my opinion. But yeah, what I'm gonna say is just Koga in shorts. So also all of like the effects all slash out water, and the ultimate is also like spinning blades of water, which is pretty cool. So next up at level 30 is the Shore Patrol Fernando. Again, knocking out the park with the preview art, with these awesome sharks. Also like a clueless shark, look at the background, he's a bit bedazzled by the Fernando. This one's interesting. It kind of almost, to me, has a sort of like vibe of Makoa, like that sort of Hawaiian sort of theme with the green and the orange on the shield. It almost looks like it's like an island hut or something. Again, pretty cool tattoos on this champion, and weirdly the flame lance fires out water and still burns the enemies. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but science, hi-rez science, there we go. Next up at level 50 is the Shore Patrol Lian. Again, taking it to the next level, and honestly, this is where I think it gets rather epic, and it's the weapon that does it, not the actual skin itself. The weapon is a harpoon gun. The most epic thing about the harpoon weapon, though, isn't the design, even though that is cool with a crystal tip on basically a harpoon gun. It's not actually that detailed, but what is cool about it is the chunkiness of the projectiles it fires out with the VFX and that sort of glow, but also the sound. It's like a big thunk, thunk, thunk every time you fire. It just seems to have this really great feedback. Now the skin itself is pretty cool too, just with the swimsuit type of thing, very, very tight wetsuit. Cool little backpack and little hat and goggles. It's just kind of like a little cute one with the hair tied up as well. I just think, you know, these skins have got a good theme and are very tight. So once you get past level 50 as well, you get to the next set of skins. These are all recolors of the original ones. There's like a blue version of the Kinessa one, a yellow and red one of the Koga, white and red of the Fernando, and yellow and black of the Lian skin. There's also some other battle pass things, so you can get this sort of kiss hug little version of the Lian, the beach Lian, and a little Koga one as well. These are little sprays, and a sexy Fernando Rose, whatever. I think that's one of his tattoos on his shoulder. Plus there's 3 avatars as well. There's like just a cool Koga one, and then an animated one with Lian's hair just being slightly blown in the wind, which I think is probably the nicest one. There's like a really good vibe to that lighting as well. Plus a Kinessa sort of chibi one. They've said that they're also trying to lower the sort of difficulty of the battle pass challenges again, and making them more thematic in the lower tiers to be focused on single champions. So we'll just have to see how that pans out, but hopefully good. That's pretty much the battle pass, but there's also some other customizations coming out. There's a golden Lian and golden Kinessa. Both of these previews look pretty damn epic. Then also they're bringing back some chests, an ice cold chest. So a load of like sort of winter skins, then there's like a draconic chest. Plus there's a new DLC with a sacred wolf mount. I mean, it looks alright, and it's kind of the mount from, it almost looks like identical to one from Realm Royale. However, actually I was really like the one in Realm Royale, so it's pretty cool to get something like that over here too. And wolves are generally pretty cool anyway. Anyway, I'm just going to jump onto some of the bug fixes. Androxus had a few issues with his nether step having too much of a delay. That should be fixed this patch. I know a lot of people have been complaining about their flick, so hopefully coinciding with the old Androxus weapon and the flick issues being fixed, hopefully that will work. Also, the sleight of hand card, the one that gives you ammo back, it used to activate no matter how much ammo you have in your card. So if you have a full pistol, then it shouldn't actually go off in the first time after respawning or entering a match, for example, when you nether step. So Dredge has one that's interesting where the Kraken wouldn't go where you actually were aiming. It would be affected by if you were strafing or moving side to side, which seems to happen pretty much every time, so that's good if fixed. Grover's crippling throw is now properly reduced by resilience. Imani's dragon no longer T-poses and persists in the world after death. Makoa as Barrier Reef now activates multiple times the same instance of Shell Shield, which is good. Moji had an issue where if they were silenced, then they couldn't use their familiar spray, because it almost counted like an ability, but now it is just in hand, so you can still use both of them, so Torvald can't stop you from basically getting damage off. Charlene has added Reticle Bloom with jumps, and also an issue with explosive arrows where they'd be slowed after they hit, so that's nice. Strix has been nerfed a little bit with this bug fix, so you no longer can break the weapon swap animations between pistol and Talon rifle, because before you could instantly fire between pistol and Talon rifle and it'd have the accuracy of the pistol, so the slap shot would always go in the middle. I didn't actually know that until the patch preview, but that sounds like a reason why people have been doing very well in Strix at the moment. So Torvald has an issue where they're polymorphed and they have their personal shield. Now that's gone. So there's some other little fixes, but I didn't think necessarily worth talking about in all honesty. You can look at the patch preview if you want to see all the tiniest fixes. The big ones that they're investigating at the moment, which is so annoying, is the lag fixes on EU. So like that stuttering, the delay. It's not lag, it's on the actual server side on like the UI, not necessarily in game. Like I have no issues in game, it's just like when you're trying to pick a champion or something. Also, there are no Terminus at the moment with his ultimate, has some issues, and they're working on both of those. Fingers crossed they'll get fixed. Anyway, as always, let me know all of your thoughts about the patch in the comments section below. What do you think about everything coming? I think everything pretty much is positive. I mean, they really do need to fix that lag issue on the EU servers, but actually the battle pass and the champion are spot on. So yeah, hit the like button, subscribe for more of my content, and I'll see you all next time, folks. Joshino.